Welcome back to Basic Economics with Holly Jean, where we break down the biggest things happening in the US economy in an easy to understand way. Today, we're going to be talking about Zohran Mamdani. Now, in case you've never heard of this guy, he is a self-described Democratic Socialist, and he ran for the Democratic primary in NYC in June. And he won, and he's being backed by other Democratic Socialists like AOC and Bernie Sanders. And now people are saying he's basically guaranteed to win as the new mayor of New York City. Mamdani has also gained so much popularity in New York, especially among Gen Z. A new study now finds that 6 in 10 New Yorkers between the ages of 18 and 29, which is Gen Z, now hold a favorable view of socialism. And we'll put that article up for you on the screen. Now, why does Gen Z love Mamdani? Well, he's promising them things like frozen rent, government-run grocery stores, free bus services, a $30 minimum wage. It makes sense why Gen Z loves him so much if you're going to be promising all of this free stuff, especially in a time where NYC is just unaffordable, especially in a time where the economy is just sinking and everything seems out of reach to the future generation. Of course, they're going to be attracted to Mamdani and his socialist promises. One of the trending items about him right now is that people are labeling him as a communist. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to break down the difference between socialism, communism, democratic socialism. We're going to start off by watching a clip of how he describes himself as a democratic socialist. Let's listen to this clip.
Donald Trump, the president of the United States, he's had a lot to say about your campaign. He called you a communist. How do you respond? Are you a communist?
No, I am not. I call myself a democratic socialist.
I love how Mamdani says, I'm not a communist, I'm just a democratic socialist. This is what democratic socialists always do. They want to distinguish themselves from socialism and communism, but they have no idea that they are just pulling their favorite parts of the communist system. It always starts with these 3 things. First, they'll say, well, it's democratic socialism. It's not like we want socialism through a dictatorship or a revolution. We just want to vote for it. We need to do this through the ballot box because we believe in democracy here. But here's the thing. Voting for socialism doesn't make it any less socialist. You can call it whatever you want. Call it pro-people, anti-corporate, voluntary socialism, democratic socialism. Call it whatever you want. It doesn't change the nature of the system. It just changes how it's imposed. It's still socialism. The second thing they'll say is that it's not like we want to eliminate all wealth. We're not communist here. We just think it's unfair that billionaires exist when inequality exists. So we just want to use the force of government to take the wealth of a few and redistribute it to everyone else, so that all of us can equally be happy. But it's okay. We just want to do that to the 1%. Just them. But who decides what constitutes as having too much wealth? Tomorrow, what's to stop them from defining the rich as millionaires? What they fail to see is that taking from people just because they have more than you doesn't make everyone richer. It just gives the government more power to decide who deserves what. The third thing that democratic socialists will say is that it's not like we're advocating for full government takeover of all industries. We're not calling for communism. We don't want the government to run everything. We just want them to run some of the major industries, like healthcare and housing and education, and also whatever else we decide to add to that list one day. But it's okay. We just want to prevent greedy corporations from profiting in these industries. So we just want government to take care of those. The problem here is what qualifies as industries that the government should control. They say they want key industries today. What is going to stop them from taking more and more tomorrow? Even though Mamdani says he's not a communist, the truth of the matter is that none of his policies or his ideas are a rejection of communism. It's just communism on training wheels. And this leads us to our second question that I get all of the time, which is, what is the difference between democratic socialism, socialism, and communism? The answer to this question is that there is no difference. They are all the same plant, just at a different stage of growth. Picture it this way. We have democratic socialism as the seed, socialism as the growing plant, and then communism is the full-grown tree with full government control over everything. All of the ideas that democratic socialists have are pulling from the communist system. They just rebrand them, they make it more shiny and new for Gen Z, and then they pretend that they are entirely unrelated, but the roots are the same. They all trace back to the same ideology of central planning and government control. A warning to Gen Z. We need to cut through the surface level marketing of democratic socialism and start exposing the deeper ideological roots. If we don't understand the roots of these ideas and where they come from, we are in for it in New York. I'm a former New Yorker. I love New York, but this will do nothing to solve income inequality. It will do nothing to solve affordability of living in this city. It will do the opposite. Gen Z needs to understand that communism is the system in which socialism, democratic or not, depends on. It's the stage where the government gradually gains control of industries, wages, prices, and individuals start to lose their freedom. They are just using the term democracy to achieve socialist ends. Whether socialism is implemented by force or by vote, the result is still the same. It means less choice and more government control, and an economy where the state, not you, makes your biggest life's decisions. If there's one thing you can take away from this video, is that the real difference between socialism and democratic socialism isn't where they want to take us. It's how fast they want to get us there. Thank you guys for joining this episode. Please let me know your thoughts. Do you think that Mamdani is going to be the new mayor of NYC? Do you want to see other topics covered here on this YouTube series? Drop your thoughts and your comments. Be sure to give this video a big like, and I will see you here next time.